So the third community that we're going to talk about today is Jumeirah Golf Estate 2.0, the next phase of Jumeirah Golf Estate. Now, Jumeirah Golf Estate has been recognized by Google as one of the top 10 lifestyle states around the world. And it is the one hosting the DP World Championship every single year. It is simply a paradise haven. Now, Jumeirah Golf Estate is managed by Dubai Golf. And Dubai Golf, which this is an information most people don't know about, it is part of Wassel Group. Now, Wassel is the main developer building Jumeirah Golf Estate 2.0. It merged basically with Jumeirah Golf Estate. And Wassel is a semi-government developer, giant landlord developer, who have built astonishing wealths, especially for the, they are focusing most of their projects in the leasehold section, So locals know Wassel and trust Wassel very well because they have made a lot of money for people. You can see some of their amazing communities like Wassel Gate, Wassel One, Wassel Port in Mina Rashid, Wassel Green Park in Ras Al Khor. So it's a giant developer. And they are the one managing the golf course in Jumeirah Golf Estate, and they are the one building this community. Now, in Jumeirah Golf Estate, this community is just being released. So it's been launched in May 2025. Till now, see, it consists of multiple districts. There is the town center, Central Park, Equestrian Village, Village District, Golf District, and this is where we're gonna focus on. Because in this community, 18-hole golf championship, 18-hole championship golf course is coming there. And right now, investing in a golf course community, villas, there is no chance now. It doesn't exist in the market. Emaar's house sold out. Dubai Hills, it already appreciated. So this is the last one, and we all know that golf is extremely scarce. It's not something like if we check all the golf courses, all the golf 18-hole golf championship golf course in Dubai, you got Dubai Hills, Emirates Hills, Damak Hills, one. You got Victory Heights, Jumeirah Golf State, and you got Emaar's House. What else? Arabian Ranches. And there is also Discovery Dunes, you know. Discovery Dunes is building in Emaar's House in the Gulf. This Discovery Dunes is the developer. They had multiple projects in the US, especially in Beverly Hills. And they are building an 18-hole golf championship right next to Emaar's house in the south, in the golf district. But as a community, you can only invest in with an invitation, you know? So that's it. These are all the golf courses. It is something very difficult to build because it requires a lot of land. Plus, maintaining the golf course itself is extremely expensive. So that is why this is any community which is a golf course that I just mentioned now, it gave people a lot of astonishing appreciation. And now, since we are in the early stage, it's just been launched. Till now, no villa is launched. So we don't know the prices. We don't know nothing. But we trust that Jumeirah Golf Estate and Wasl, this is going to be something really amazing. So our main focus will be in the golf district, and also there is an equestrian center coming there. And whenever there are equestrian and horses, that of course, will give a lot of open space, and that is also really good. So I'm coming again. In the golf district, they're gonna be 62 hilltop mansions, and they're going to be 97 branded homes. And this is your focus for astonishing generational wealth. All right. Branded residences in the report in Knight Frank, out of the 300,000 homes which are coming until 2030, only 3% are branded residences. So this is something that you can keep in mind. So branded residence and a villa on a golf course, this is a no-brainer. I'll try to find a chance to go and take a video for the master plan so that we can see it. But as of now, we don't have information, but this is something you can keep in mind to prepare for. They have launched townhouses in the village district, but this should not be your focus. Your focus should be in the golf district. The payment plan in the village district was 80-20, so 80% during construction and 20% on handover. All right, guys? So that's it for community number 3. And I will see you in community number 4. So this is the 50 million square feet Jumeirah Golf Estate 2.0. As you can see, the master plan is huge and I look tiny. In square meter, this is around 4.67 million square meters. So I'm gonna walk you through the master plan. Plus, I'm going to talk about the areas which is gonna achieve generational wealth, because not every area is gonna appreciate the same. And this is something very important to keep in mind. Now, this area here, this is Jumeirah Golf Estate 1.0. The Jumeirah Golf Estate will achieve to people a lot of generational wealth assets. This is the one. This is the one which was recognized by Google as one of the top 10 lifestyle estates around the world. So let me walk you through the community, and then we're going to focus on the important part. So let's number one close the lights. So, so number one, here you got the tennis stadium. Okay, so 5,000 seats are there. This is an international tennis stadium. Competitions will be held here. It's gonna be really amazing. Here you got the Mandarin 5-star hotel and luxury golf club. Number 3, this is the huge town center, 48,000 square meters town center for the community, where it's going to be a lot of retail and F&B options. And then this is going to be a business and residential development towers, which is going to be in the area. And plus the interesting part, you see this part? This is the metro station right inside the community. All right, with Jumeirah Golf Estate. And then very close to it also, they're gonna be the Etihad Rail. So this community, for people, they did not disclose where the Etihad Rail will be yet, but the Etihad Rail is, they confirm, is also inside the community, and the metro station is in the community. So that is going to be huge for the people living there. And then here you got the Pinwood Village. This is the only part which was launched. Now, this is not one of the parts that we're gonna focus on, but this is the part which was launched so far. And the important places which we're gonna focus on for generational wealth, it's not yet launched. So you are extremely lucky that you are getting this information before everyone else, because it's not even launched yet. And then, what else we have here? The Central Park. So this is the huge Central Park, where there's going to be activities, residential. Like, if anyone want to get a residential unit, I think that this is gonna be the most beautiful place in the community. So now let's talk about the most important places that we're gonna focus on. Number one, you got here the equestrian village. Now, nothing is launched yet, as I said, but it seems that it's going to be either standalone or semi-detached villas or twin villas. We don't know yet. But the idea of the equestrian, okay, and having a science school, that is very rare in Dubai. It's like an idea like that is in the Arabian ranches, in polo homes. And this is the cluster, the cluster that performed the best in Arabian ranches was the polo homes cluster. Why? Because it's an equestrian center. The horses and the equestrians, they are linked to luxury. So since this village is called the equestrian village, and the horses will be there, and then there's going to be a learning school for the horses. These here, if there are villas, they're going to be really amazing. And then point number 2 also, if we come here, where is it? See, inside here, there is I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's starting from here. There are small lights. This is a trail for the horses. Now just look at the nature there. Look at the open spaces. Look at the lifestyle there. All of this is a trail for the horses, and the view is gonna be astonishing. I'm not sure if you have been to Jumeirah Golf Estate now, which is recognized. Again, I'm gonna repeat it multiple times so that you can understand. Google recognized it as one of the top 10 lifestyle states around the world. So you can just get an idea. And now we're gonna come to the big one, which actually made me focus on this community. All right, I'm gonna go there to give the cameraman a chance to shoot this area. Okay, now the next area is the main one, which is here in the middle. All right, which is the golf. This that one is gonna just see the villas in the golf in Jumeirah Golf Estate. See how much people made, and you will understand how amazing. And it's very limited. Now, golf, as I said before, it's rare. It's very few because it's a big land left just to have golf. And this was Jumeirah Golf said this is the most beautiful golf state in whole Dubai. So here, this is the second one. As I told you, they're gonna be 67 hilltop mansions. You can see them from here. I'll allow the cameraman a chance to come. So these are called the hilltop mansions. We don't know the prices, we don't know the floor plan, we don't know the sizes, but I can assure you they're gonna get astonishing generational wealth. Okay, so these ones directly on the golf hilltop. I think also there are here some hilltop. So anything which is hilltop, there are 67 units. Whoever get this is gonna be very lucky. And then you got 97 branded residences inside the golf course. And as when we check the Knight Frank report, until 2030, the supply of the branded residence is only 3%. Now we are talking about villas and townhouses, which are 17.3%, and you see by the numbers how rare they are. This is only 3% branded residence inside the golf. So people cannot get anything now because Wassel did not actually launch anything. But now you got an idea where you can focus. Either the hilltop mansions, that's the best. Number two, you got the 97 branded residence. Number three, the equestrian village. All right, guys. So that's it. We got the mock-up for the community number three. See you in community number four. Now, the next community, community number four, which we're gonna study together, is Grand Polo by Emaar. Another smart move by Emaar. Now, like what we said in Oasis, Emaar is trying to give their investor something unique. They're trying to maximize the scarcity factor because they understand how important that is. Now, in Oasis, they focus on crystal lagoons. In Polo, they build a community, something that doesn't exist in the market. This community is focused around polo, equestrian polo. And what I mean by that is in the whole Dubai market, there is no community like that. It is a 60 million square feet centered around polo. Yes, there are polo homes also built by Emaar in Arabian ranches. But that turned out to be the best performing cluster in whole Arabian ranches. Despite Arabian ranches being a golf community. So you have villas there which are on the golf. Now why polo homes perform better? Because polo doesn't exist. The more scarce the thing is, the better it will perform. That is why we focus a lot. The number one metric in our lens is scarcity. Now, if we try to look at the location of Polo, now Polo, this is Oasis. We have already talked about it. Grand Polo is right next to it. So it's in the south corridor, close to the airport, close to Expo, in the south area, right next to, like 5 minutes away from Oasis. We already know this location. Now, if we want to study the scarcity factor, number one, it is the only polo-centric community in Dubai. It is the biggest polo-centric community in whole Asia, and around the world, it's in the elite. It's in the top 5. It's the number 5 biggest polo community around the world. Now, this 60 million square feet, you got around 1.6 million square meter of open spaces. Now, open spaces, I'm talking about parks, forest walk, flower gardens, and the main attraction of Grand Polo of the place where I believe is gonna do the biggest appreciation, of course, is the polo fields. So there are three polo fields there with a space of 340,000 square meter. And if you just want to understand how big that is, this is around 270 football pitches. That will be centric there. Now, of course, if there is any equestrian, of course, there is a stable there for 180 private horses. And like this, people who play polo or at least do horse riding, they will understand what I'm about to say because I'm a horse rider. I love horses. You know, horses give you this peaceful feeling, this tranquility feeling, and when the community is centered around polo, there should be a lot of open spaces so that they're gonna be walk for the horses, they're gonna be forest walks. And this is what's really amazing. When you have a big community, okay, with a lot of greenery and open spaces, this is no doubt is going to appreciate, especially if there is nothing there like it. Now, if we check, for example, Polo Homes, which I told you is the best performing cluster in Polo Homes, in Grand Polo, there were three launches, which is Shivalia, Montara, and Silvara. Just let's compare the sizes and the prices to the market to understand the potential and the generational wealth asset for the people who invested there. So let's start with Shivalia. Now in Shivalia, Emaar launched the bigger 5 bedroom villas. Size was between 6,000 to 6,500 square foot, and the plot size was between 7,000 to 7,500 square foot. The price started at 9 million. Now, if you compare similar villas to Polo Homes, 5 bedroom, same size, it's transacting around 20 to 22 million. Now, coming to the second launch, which is Montara. Now, in Montara was a 4 and a 5 bedroom villa. 4 bedroom built up area around 4,000 square foot, and plot size were around 5,000 square foot, and the price started at 7 million. And the 5 bedroom built up area was around 5,200 square foot, and the plot size was around 6,000 square foot, and also started around 9.5 million. Now, if we try to compare Montara 4 bedroom, see, there is nothing like it as a Polo, because Polo there is starting at 5 bedroom in the Polo villas. But if we compare just to Sidra, now see, Sidra, it's affordable villas, okay? And the sizes in Sidra are between 3,500 to 3,600 built up area. And this is selling like at around 12 million. And here is selling at 7 million. Now, see, this is comparing Sidra to Polo. That's a huge jump because Polo is luxury and Sidra is affordable. And then, if we go to Silvara, which is the 3,800 square foot built up area, and the plot area around 3,600 square foot, Silvara started at 6.2 million. Now, if we try to find a comparison for that, like the closest comparison could be Club Villas in Dubai Hills. Club Villas, 3,400 square foot built up area, is selling between 13 to 14 million. Now, just by saying this, you can understand the difference in the prices. Now, this price comparison can help you understand how good of an entry point is this. And again, I will say, there is nothing like this community that is existing in the market. But if we just try to compare the villas on the plot size and the built up area to similar Emaar communities, you will understand that just by entering now, if these villas are handed over today, you will be sitting on 100% capital appreciation. Now, if you can hold on that asset to that scarcity that is having, of course, this is something over time will help you generate generational wealth. So for people who don't have like the price ticket to enter on Palm Jabal Ali or on Oasis, I believe this is also a very good entry point to help you make money. And just guys, there is something that I want to clarify here. We are not trying to study the communities in depth. This video is about the framework. So we're gonna study scarcity, which we have discussed now, and then we're gonna go now to the mockup, discuss the infrastructure, and the developer, of course, we discussed already what AMI is. Right, guys? So to the next part, let's go to the master plan. Let's understand how it looks like, this 60 million square feet divide things, show you where the polo field is, where these launches are, and then from there we're gonna go to the next and the final community. Let's get going. Okay, guys. So this is the Grand Polo master community, the 60 million square feet that we have been discussing. Okay. So you just by taking a look at this master plan, you can see all the greenery and all the open areas. Now the main attraction is this central area. Here you got the stubbles for 180 private horses. Here you got the clubhouse, and here you got the polo fields, which I told you they are 340,000 square meter, which is equal to 270 football pitches. This is huge. Now, if we talk about the launches, Shivala were these two. These were the two Shivala launched, sold out. Okay, and then you got here Montara, which is this part around this central amazing part. Okay, and then out here we got Chivali. Okay, so this is the community. You can see here. I think this is going to be the forest walk. You know, they're gonna be, as I told you, paddle court, basketball court, football court. They're gonna be a lot of things. When you are talking about a lot of open area of around 1.6 million square meter, you can imagine a lot of things will be there. Now, there is something very important I want to say. Now, this community, there are two types of buyers there. We just need to keep this in mind. Number one are people, loyalists, people who love the horses, people who love this environment of polo. And for these people, you are their only option. There is this small polo field, okay, or polo home, sorry, 70 villas, okay, which was launched from 2008. And there is this community. So for these people, if they want to rent or if they want to buy, you will be their go-to. The second people are the investors, people who want to make money, who understand the scarcity value, okay? And these people, they will also come here. So that was just a brief introduction about the scarcity factor and the infrastructure, and of course, you know, the developer. So we have analyzed Polo from our lens. Just at the end, let me show you how, let's take for example the Chevalier villas. I'll just show you how the villa looks like, and then we're gonna go to the last and the final community. So this is an example of the Chevalier villas. Okay, you can see here the garden, swimming pool, ground, first floor, and the terrace. And of course, guys, later, as I told you, we're gonna make a video on Grand Polo. We're gonna go through the floor plans and explain the things to you. This video is more about our framework. The payment plan in Polo is similar to the to the communities we discussed before. It's 80-20, 80% during construction and 20% on handover. And lastly, the most important thing I want to add. See, Polo is in the first few launches. Like just 3 clusters were launched, okay? Which is Shivalia, Montara, and Silvara. Any community in Emaar, when you are entering early, at the first few launches, this is where you're gonna make the best capital appreciation. This is what happened in Arabian Ranches. This is what happened in Dubai Hills. This is what happened in every single community. Because price per square foot, this is the lowest or the softest price per square foot when you are starting out. That is why I believe that this community is gonna give, once it's completed, is going to give huge capital appreciation, and it will help people just make generational wealth. All right, guys? So now close with community number 4 until we make the video for it. Let's go to the last and the final community. So the fifth and the final community, which we're gonna discuss today, is the Valley by Emaar. So out of our top 5 wealth generating communities, 3 of them were by Emaar. Now, the Valley is a community which I really like and love. You know, the best thing about the Valley is that people say it's too far. The same people who said Dubai Hills is too far, they're saying now Valley is too far. And it's funny, it's just because the infrastructure is not yet connected. And if you study the Valley as per the future infrastructure, Valley in 20 to 25 minutes, or let's say for safety 30 minutes, it will take you to 4 of the 5 epicenters coming in the 2040 urban master plan. 4 of them are between 20 to 25 minutes. Let's take a look at the map. Tell me how far is this? Huh? This is the valley. Okay. Now in the valley, if you come here, this is Dubai Al Ain Road. 10 to 15 minutes, you are in Silicon Oasis. If you take this road, 25 minutes, you are in downtown, and 25 to 30 minutes, you are in the heritage hub of Dubai, which is these are three of the epicenters of Dubai in the 24 urban master plan. Now, if you take that road, which people are not noticing, now that road, Jabal Ali Lehbab Road, this road is a force to be reckoned with. If you take that road, it will take you to Expo within 25 minutes. So Valley sits here in the center between four of the five epicenters of Dubai. How, just tell me, how can you say that this is far? People say it's far now because the infrastructure is not connected. Same that happened in Dubai Hills. And that's why I love it, to be honest. I love the communities that makes a lot of money. All right? Now, one thing here I want to discuss. See, Dubai Al Ain Road, it was stopping here, which is this is Emirates Road, this is Mohammed bin Zayed Road, and here up Sheikh Zayed Road, which is this road. Okay? Now, until 2022, Dubai Al Ain Road was stopping here. Then the government made the 2 billion dirham project and expanded this road from here up to one connection to give you to Emirates Road. The map here is not showing it, but if you go up to the extension, Dubai Al Ain Road is connecting Emirates Road, Mohammed bin Zayed Road, and Sheikh Zayed Road. These three roads, these are the lifeblood of the UAE. These three roads are the roads which are connecting all the Emirates from Ras Al Khaimah to Abu Dhabi. Now, before, like there are two interesting streets to keep in mind, which is Hissa Street and Suqaim Street. Now, if you realize, all the communities around these two roads appreciated and made a lot of money. Why? Because of connectivity. Because these are the two roads which are connecting Sheikh Zayed Road to Mohammed bin Zayed Road to Emirates Road. So all the communities around this world, they made a lot of appreciation and they made a lot of money. Now these are roads. Now, Dubai, RTA, they extended Dubai Al Ain Road to have the same effect of Hissa and Suqaim Street. But this is a highway. So in the next 10 to 12 years, do not expect any traffic here. That is how powerful the thing is. Plus, you got the Silicon Oasis. Now, the scarcity, let's come to our framework. The scarcity factor in Valley is that it is the most family-centric community. Valley, Emaar built it to be a family haven. The infrastructure there and the amenities there and the facilities there, nothing even close to it for families in whole Dubai. And when we go now to the master plan, I'm gonna explain that to you. Plus, if you look at the location next to you here, you have the academic city. You know it's connected to Silicon Oasis. Now, academic city, as we said before, out of the 47 universities and colleges in the UAE, you got 27 of them here. So this is amazing for the families. You got here Dubai Outlet Mall, which is 5 minutes away from you, affordable mall. You got 7 Rugby Stadium right next to you. You got Silicon Oasis Mall, another affordable mall. And even you got the vegetable market, okay? Which this is the cheapest vegetable market. It's right next to you. See what family looks, they look for affordable living. And they look for schools and universities. And they look for connectivity. In Silicon Oasis, you got Ittihad Rail, and you got the blue metro line. So all of this is right next to you, and you are less than half an hour from 4 of the 5 major places in Dubai. So how, just tell me how far that is. It is far now because the infrastructure is not connected and the prices are cheap. Does that tell you anything? This is the chance where investors enter. The moment people start saying, I want to be in the valley, this is when you're going to be paying premium prices. Okay. Now, since we have not covered the scarcity part yet, but in this valley, because it's a bit unique, we're gonna cover the scarcity and the infrastructure together. Now, this is the valley, all right? Or let's say this is what's been announced by Emaar in the valley, because usually Emaar likes to surprise people. Okay, so we may expect an extension, yes, but this is valley. Valley was launched into two phases. This is phase one, and this is phase two. So let's discuss phase one first. Now, in phase one, you can get closer. I'm gonna talk about what's there for families. Yeah, you got here 25,000 square meter sports village. So football, basketball, tennis, so many things there. Okay, for all the people, for all the sports enthusiastic. Right here in the middle, you have 47,000 square meter golden beach, so that you can sit and you can enjoy there. Here, you have a 13,000 square meter Kidsdale. So this is for the sports. This is where to sit and relax. And this is for the kids, activities for the kids. Plus, here you have a pavilion and you have all this maze with the greenery. You see this maze here in the middle is connecting all the communities together. Okay, so this is more for the elderly people. There's a maze, greenery, something for you to enjoy. So this is phase one. When phase one was launched by Emaar, that was a USP by itself. It was mind blowing that everything, all of this is everything that the family needs. Okay. By the way, the villas are there, which I'm gonna come and discuss and talk about shortly. But this is here phase one. Then Emaar launched phase two. So whatever we are talking about here, we are talking about almost 180, 170,000 square meter open spaces and activities for families. Then when they launched phase two, they launched this. You see this V shape? This is a 250,000 square meter activities for the families. So if you combine these two, you're talking about 380,000, 390,000 square meter activities for the families. Right here, there are around 30 plus amenities for the family. Now, if you talk about phase two is focused on nature. So you got here forest, where you're gonna have amazing trees and forest walks. You got here hills. You got here river, okay, with the river crossing, enjoyable thing for the family. And here you got valley, and here you got meadows. Okay, so imagine meadows, garden walks, they are all here. And by the way, the space here of this garden is between 160 to 200 meter. So it's actually a big space. And in phase one, all the clusters, they are connected here to the maze. And in phase two, all the clusters are connected to this 250,000, 30 plus amenities just for families. Now, adding to that, there is here this town center. That is a big town center, 72,000 square meter town center. Now, here there are some things that gonna come. Maybe it's not officially announced by Emaar, okay, but it's expected here. They're gonna come a hospital, clinic, police station. But since there is nothing official, let's not discuss that. Now, tell me, where would you see something like this for families anywhere? If we can just take a closer look at phase two, so we can come here. Now, that's a mock-up only for phase two. All right. So here, that's the town center, and this just take a look at this. Take a look at this 250,000 square meter. Trust me, when this thing is built, now it is very difficult for people to imagine like how they're gonna be a forest there, a river there, a hill, a meadow, and here a valley. But just Emaar said, wait and look. See, Emaar, they're very good in building a city within a city. But that That's a family haven. And wait, when we come and we discuss the prices, your mind will be blown. Why? Because it's still too far. No infrastructure is connected here. And whatever is being built by the family, once this infrastructure is connected, trust me, all families will dream to live here. Right? Now, coming, since we are discussing villas, okay, which I kept the best for the last. These are the villas. So here it's mostly townhouses, semi-detached villas, and this part here, these are the villas. Here you got farm gardens, okay, it's two, and here we got farm grove. This is what's been launched until now. Now, the plot sizes here are huge, especially in farm gardens. They are averaging between 10,000 square foot, okay? And farm gardens, just think about it like if you are living in a farm, okay? So they have the concept of in front of every villa, there is a place where you can it's your own farm, and they said that they're going to be some stuff from Emaar teaching you how to how to put their potato, maybe tomato. I'm not sure. I'm not understanding how this thing will come, but there's going to be a farm where you can organically make a farm to food, a farm to table, something like that. So you can use your own farm, okay, around you, and plus, like, they're giving you the feeling of a farm. Inside here, there are horses. It's a very big open space, open villas, with with a farm around it. So this is the concept of all this area. You got farm gardens, and you got farm groves. Now, let me throw the big bomb here. Okay, the latest launch was Farm Grove. They launched around 50 to 60 villas just few days before we shot this video. Maybe when this video is posted, there are gonna be other launches. But anyways, we're gonna make a separate video for the valley, like I promised you for the other communities. Here we are trying to explain the framework. But if you talk about the prices, Farm Grove, the villa, the average size was 3,800 square foot built up area, which is similar to Silvara in Polo, and the plot size was 4,500 square foot. That villa was selling between 4.9 to 5 million as a starting price. Now imagine, it is the same size of Silvara on a bigger plot size, 4,500 square foot. Silvara was starting at 6.2 million. This is starting at 4.95 million. Why? It is still too far. You won't get an entry ticket like that. Like, this villa is priced like Maple in Dubai Hills. Maple in Dubai Hills is selling between 5 to 5.5 million. This here, you are getting a villa starting at 5 million. Like, what could be more amazing than that? Now, here the payment plan, I think by this mock-up here, we have discussed the scarcity factor. It's the best family haven. I don't think any community can build something like that. Even Emaar, once they build this, it's going to be very difficult for them to deliver something like that in the next decade. Okay, so this is a scarcity factor. The infrastructure we discussed what's coming here, and the amazing location that within half an hour is connected to 4 of the 5 epicenters of Dubai. Now, these are the 5 communities that we have explained, and at the last, we're gonna go to the closing, put everything together, and I hope like this thing clarified how I study communities. Very simple. No FUMO, no complication, no hype. Is there a scarcity factor? What is the infrastructure coming? Is the infrastructure connected? How it is connected to the 2040 urban master plan, and who's the developer? You're good with this. You're gonna get an asset that will give you a very good capital appreciation. All right, guys, so let's go to the last part of the video. So we have covered a lot of ground. So let's just bring everything together. Now, one common thing you have realized in the 5 communities that we have discussed from 3 different developers, they all come up with the same payment plan, 80/20, which, what does this tell you, this pattern? See, payment plan, I always say to the people, is a trap. For the developer, if you pay 80/20 or a 1% monthly payment plan, the money goes to escrow. So it doesn't make a difference actually for the developer. The developer gets their money once you, in the time of handover, once you receive your unit. But what's actually happening here is in the developer, when it's an 80/20 payment plan, the selling becomes more difficult, and it's 1% payment plan, the selling becomes easier. So it's actually on the developer side that they can sell more if it's a 1% payment plan. But people on a 1% payment plan, these are the people, if the price is increased 10%, they're going to sell. You can say these are the greedy people. That is why you see communities or developers who have a 1% or these very easy payment plan, prices won't appreciate because they're always going to be a huge supply. Whereas 80/20, these are deep pocket buyers. These are people who already have money. That's why they went on these payment plan. So usually, if the prices increase 10, 20, 30%, they won't just be selling their unit, But when it increases 50, 60, 70%, that is why Emaar communities, they're always, and same goes with Nakhil, same goes with Mira, same goes with Wasl and Jumeirah Golf State. They appreciate a lot because they attract deep pocket buyers. So invest where the rich people are investing. There is, just to put it in short. Secondly, in case any crisis happen or the market started correcting, the deep pocket buyers are going to hold their unit. They're not going to make any supply in the market. So that is why during COVID, major developer communities prices did not drop, because during COVID all of them were holding the price. There was no supply, so prices did not drop. But the 1% payment plan, most people lost their job, and then there was people who were selling the 2 million, 1.6 million was selling with 800K. So when the developer put this payment plan, they're actually protecting your asset. And this is a lesson for you why all these developers are going with an aggressive payment plan, despite that it's going to be easier for them to sell if they put it on a 1% payment plan. All right? So this is something I wanted to say. Secondly, which is the most important thing, this video or this channel, just pause the video, go check the slogan, check the, what do you call it, the banner. You'll see scarcity, developer, infrastructure. No FUMO, no marketing hype. This is real estate investment. If you really want to secure generational wealth, you got to make sure that you are understanding what is going on, taking calculated decision without FUMO, without feeling. Don't follow the hype. Follow the scarcity. This is what sets the tone. Follow the infrastructure. This is what sets the stage. Follow the developer. This is that runs the show. Work with reputed developers. My personal advice, work with developers who have been in the market for the past 10 years and they have an amazing track record. That is when you can be secured for yourself for a generational wealth asset. Okay? Lastly, which is the most important thing, don't judge any project by the current distance. Always judge the project by the future infrastructure. So these are the best advices that I can give you to help you understand the market and become better in your investments. Now, if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments. I read every single question and go to them. If you want to speak with me personally, somewhere here on the screen in the editing, my number will be there. And if you want to have a one-on-one consultation with me, I will also drop a link in the description below. That link will take you to my personal calendar. So you will see all the times that I'm available. You can book a time with me, and then we can have a Zoom call, maybe for an hour, to try to understand and assess your investment goals. Or if you are in Dubai, I would love to meet you. Okay, there will be an option there. You can book a one-on-one meeting, and then you can come visit us in the office. We take a cup of coffee. We take a cup of coffee together, get to know you better, and inshallah help you make better investments. All right, guys. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.